Are you living your best life? Okay, deep question, but seriously, that's what we're talking about today, so stick around. You are enjoying the Step Out and Thrive podcast. Hey, welcome back to the Step Out and Thrive podcast. My name is Bethany B. Joy, and are you in the right place? Yes, you are. This community is for those of us who pour out on a daily basis. We love God, we love what Jesus is doing in our life, and we love bringing others to Him. However, so many times we walk into rooms where maybe we know everybody else's stories, but nobody really knows ours. Sometimes that's because, well, we love everyone and we want to be part of their story, but often it's because many don't ask us what our story is. This is a place where you are cared for, you are seen, we know your story, and we're glad to be with you. With that being said, welcome to the Rooted series. And we've been talking about several different questions and several different benchmarks, so to speak, that you can look at and go, okay, what does it really look like and feel like to be rooted? And that's what the series is really about. So we've talked about so many different things. And today we're talking about living your best life and what that really looks like. For instance, have you ever asked yourself a question? Well, one day when I get my act together, I'm going to. One day when the kids are out of the house, I'm going to. One day when I have the finances, I'm going to. ... The best one that I hear all the time, and I get it now that I'm on the other side of it, but the best one that I hear now from a lot of people is, well, when we get finances, we'll start having kids. And I'm like, and if you're a parent, you know, it's like that day never comes. And so anyway, it's one of the things I can laugh at now, but I remember going through that on the previous side of it and go, how are we going to support this being? And it's not just like, you know, it's not like you can trade it in for a newer model. It's like you're there. You are in it. And so that was just one example. But another one, and I love this, and can I just say I love working with the clients that God gives me. I love it. And I can remember this time in my life, I was doing one-on-ones for a while. I don't do as many of those anymore because honestly, I feel most alive in groups. I still take on one-on-ones, but it's usually a higher price offer because it takes more of my time and individual attention, right? So I still offer those. It's just not my core offering anymore. Well, back a couple years ago, I was walking through just a lot of things, and it was during the health journey, it was during the vision loss and hearing loss challenges, and you know, everything was just kind of swirling around. And I remember I met with this client one-on-one. It was either once every week or once every other week. I can't remember. And one of the things we kind of joked about is we talked about going skydiving. And I had gone before. Like, I had gone skydiving before. I loved skydiving. I've gone twice, I think, up before that point, and I really wanted to go again. And so I remember talking with her about it, and she was just like, you know, one of these days I'm going to go too. And we had a session together where we talked about what are these stories that we tell ourselves? What is this one day going to look like? Why is our story, the thing that we want to do, so important to us? What is it saying about us? Are we really waiting for that perfect day to happen, or are we using that as an excuse? Survival mode can take that from us. You guys noticed that my tagline has always been, dare to do more than just survive, step out and thrive. Surviving is a mode where we literally go into our brain where we are literally just trying to stay alive. That's what it feels like when you have this little tinket of hope like out in the distance, and you're like, well, once you get to that point, you'll get there. So you keep on trying to do harder and harder, right? And a lot of times we get to that moment and we're like, that's it. That's all. We forget about what it really looks like to be in the moment that we're in. Many of these seasons that we're going through, if we get out of the survival mindset, we begin to see the gifts that we get in that season that we won't get in the next. Because we're slowing down enough to see, okay, God is doing amazing things in this moment right here. We just take the next best thing. And so one of the things that happened to me that day is, I'll never forget, I was talking with her, and a couple hours later, she's like, let's go skydiving. I'm like, wait, today? She's like, yeah. And so she literally showed up at my door, and I was thinking, okay, I remember having this thought in my head. I'm like, if we go now, then I should have time to get back before my next call. And I think that should work out. And so we left. We went skydiving, which was an amazing experience, by the way. It was close by. I got back home, and I was like wired for the rest of the day. And she texted me. She's like, I'm taking a nap. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. My adrenaline was like, let's go. And so I was kind of wired. And so we got a picture package, right? And so they were able to take pictures of us as we both went skydiving at different times. And I got this one of me just like flying down and going like this, right? And I wasn't home yet because we had stopped. I think we stopped to get lunch or something. So I knew it was going to be close to see if I'd actually make it back before one of my meetings. So I took the picture that they sent me, and I sent it to this coach friend. And I said, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be at the group later on. It wasn't one that I was facilitating. It was one that I was just participating in. I'm coming back from skydiving, something like that. And he was like, what? What do you mean? Like, what the heck? It's just not normal. Of course, there's me. Nothing's really normal if you know me. And so I'll never forget about it. I actually made it to the session, and he just could not believe. He's like, guys, you got to see this picture that Bethany sent me. And I think he thought it was like not really today. And it really was. It was that day. So people are like, what? And it's just like, but that is something that makes it alive in me, that I wanted to get out of the survival mindset, just doing the next thing in order to make the day worth living. What if the day was already worth living and was just simply waiting for us to show up and live it? So many times it's almost like we're punishing ourselves instead of actually giving ourselves permission to walk with Jesus, experience what is going on here at the moment. Now, I'm not expecting you to go skydiving this week, okay? I'm not expecting you guys to go on like one of these crazy adventures. That's just one that sticks out in my head because many people now have that picture of me. They're like, you're so encouraging. I'm like, yeah, okay, that went a lot farther than I thought it was going to go. Okay. But it was really cool to do that with my client, by the way. But I'll also add here, it's one of the biggest things that I have about thriving. Because surviving makes it feel like it's totally up to us. Thriving is, okay, we're looking for God in the everyday. It has nothing to do with what we can bring. It has everything to do with who He is. So my question to you this week is, are you stuck in the survival mindset? Do you see yourself looking forward to that one day when you're going to fill in the blank? If you find yourself with that on a continual daily basis or more often than not, you're in survival mindset. And I'd love to see you get to a thriving mindset and a thriving life. So my challenge for you this week is, where are you in the survival mindset? What is the story that you're telling yourself? And what are the gifts that God's giving to you right now in this season? Those are actually a lot of questions, a lot for you to sit with and ponder. And I love to see you in the community and hear your responses to that. Again, you can join the community at community.stepoutandthrive.com, or just go to stepoutandthrive.com and click join the community. We'd love to have you. We'd love to walk this thriving life out with you. we're all learning together. As always, and you know it now, and you should know it after all of this that we talked about today, but just in case this is your first time here, this is my tagline, and it's my wish and my dream. It's the reason I show up and do what I do, because I want you to dare to do more than just survive, to step out and thrive. See you guys back here next week. Bye. Thanks for enjoying today's Step Out and Thrive podcast, the one place that you can always count to dare to do more than just survive, to step out and thrive. As always, for more information, please check out BethanyBJoy.com or StepOutAndThrive.com.